What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be reviewing and seeing if comparing AI models is actually helpful and which AI model is the best. So we're going to be doing this testing with ChatComparison.ai. They offer 40 different models, pretty much all of the main models and a bunch of other non-mainstream models, and that's why it's the go-to platform for comparing AI models. Today we're going to focus on the most popular AI models that are out today, which is ChatGPT 4.0, Gemini 2.0 Flash, Claude 3.0 Sonnet, and Llama 4. So we're going to test them out to see which use cases do these models perform the best in. So let's start off with the first question and compare the results. I'm going to ask it to, well, here we go. Hey guys, can you help me conduct a test? I'm going to be comparing multiple AI models and I need to ask them questions to see which AI model is the best. So give me a bunch of sample questions that I can ask and make sure they're real life use cases that will help me compare which one of these AI models is the best. Alright, so there's our prompt. I'm going to send it to all of these AI models and let's see which one has the best output. Let's start off with, you should see, Llama 4 was actually the fastest. What does that mean? It's the best. Alright, now just give me a second to read through these and I'll tell you what I like about each one. And sometimes what I like to do is one is necessarily the best. They all give me different insights and I like to compare all of the insights. Okay, so we could already see that Gemini 2.0 Flash gives me a much better answer than ChatGPT, primarily because it tells me what I should evaluate the AI models on. So specifically for each question, there's a different things that I should evaluate. So here I should evaluate for accuracy, citation, and conciseness. Here I should evaluate for local knowledge, versus ChatGPT just gives me the questions right away. Oh, I really like this one from Llama. It gives me like these trick questions, and a lot of times it's fun to test these AI models with these trick questions to kind of get a better idea of how they're thinking through different problems. So one thing, they all give me questions for different topics. Like I said, Gemini I think is great because it tells me what I should evaluate the AI models on. Here's my favorite part, right? Sometimes you read the answer from ChatGPT, oh, okay, it's not really fulfilling, but you find one or two pieces of content that can be good. So here, for example, I really like this question that they gave us. Just this will be a good question to ask for testing. Who are the main characters in To Kill a Mockingbird? So we could test the accuracy of all of these different AI models, but not all of the questions that they give me are that great. Versus Gemini, I get a lot of great answers from them. This one's really nice. I need to plan a surprise birthday party for my best friend. They enjoy hiking, good food, and board games. I have a budget of $200. Give me some ideas. So the reason I think this is a really good one to test on ChatComparison.ai is because you'll get an answer from Gemini. Maybe you don't necessarily like that answer. Now you have a different option where you could just say, okay, Claude 3.7 Sonnet has a better answer. Let me go see what they said. And a lot of times, one of the other AI models is going to have a better answer. Another great one here, I don't want to just rely on ChatGPT's answer. Maybe Gemini gives me a much better answer for my travel itinerary, where I'm like, oh wow, this travel itinerary is much better. Whereas if I had just stuck to ChatGPT, I would only have one travel itinerary to choose from, and it may not be the best. Whereas maybe Llama 4 has more up-to-date, accurate information about your trip and more context, so it gives you a better answer. Another really interesting question for comparing these AI models is these logical and reasoning questions to kind of understand what ethics and morals are these AI models trained on? So here we have two questions from Llama 4. Overall, I think in this scenario, in this prompt, all four of these AI models gave me good answers. If I had to choose, Gemini was the best. But what I do like is that I can pick out questions and I could use snippets from their answers, and I can have one combined answer that's way more detailed. It's like, okay, if you needed to ask your family for advice, if you only asked one person, that advice could be good, bad, you don't know. But if you asked multiple people, you could piece all of their advice together and you could have one concise decision that you can make that's much better than if you were just relying on advice from one family member. That's what I always like to compare this platform to. But I think we have a few questions that we could test out now. I really like this one. I need a surprise birthday party. Give me some ideas. Alright, let's see what ideas Gemini gave us. Hiking, picnic, games, backyard barbecue, potluck, game night. So, oh, hiking from ChatGPT as well. But the rest are completely different. Food and cake, board game, decorations, and Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Okay, I love just seeing how these different models stack up against each other. Because Claude 3.7 Sonnet, it gives me right here, it gives me like the budget of each party. Whereas Gemini, it doesn't give me that information. ChatGPT, it does, but not for all of them. So it's just nice to have a variety of options that you could read from. Oh, see, and this is a really unique one. Indoor game night with food. None of the other AI models suggested that, but all of them suggested hiking and picnic, which maybe, hey, maybe that's the winner. If all of them are telling me you should do a hike and a picnic, maybe that's the one I should be going with. And that's the beauty of it, right? If you're taking a quiz and you need to ask a question to the AI models, if you get answers from each of them, you could kind of fact check the answers. So you could say, oh, okay, if all four of them are saying the same thing, or if three of them are giving me one answer, but one of them is giving me the wrong answer, I'm gonna pick the answer that all three of these AI models are giving me. Versus if you had been relying on that one AI model that's giving you the wrong answer, you're pretty much screwed. So that's another use case, is you could compare the models to fact check their information. This one's more of like a logical and reasoning trick question. So let's see which one gets it right. There are three switch. Oh, two different answers. And let's see over here, Llama. Do they got the same answer? Oh, I like this. They give you an example to explain it more. And all the different steps, much more detailed answer. See, if you were using AI for homework, for example, I think Llama would be the one to go with because it gives you much more detailed answers. All right, and Claude 3.7 Sonnet, it explains the answer, which the other ones don't really explain the answer. They like give you the instructions and they tell you why their answer is correct, but they don't explain how the equation works. So you can see they all have their pros and cons. We did 3 questions today. I think this video is getting kind of long, so we're going to stick with 3. But this just goes to show you like how different these AI models are and how comparing them can be helpful for your use case, and how they all specialize in different use cases. If you want to check it out, you could use the link in the description or just go to ChatComparison.ai. They made it pretty easy with their branding, and hope you enjoyed and hope this was helpful, and hopefully you start using the right AI model for all of your tasks.